Kanye West and Ty Dolla Sign are set to drop their new collab album Vultures this Friday.
Just more than just a moment. In the morning, you'll be running back to me.
Conflicted, bro. I just wanted people to like me more. But that, bro!
Why Kanye West's next album is about to end Taylor Swift's career? For months now, the internet has been buzzing with news of Kanye's collab with Ty Dolla Sign. And well, I'd like to let you know that this new record will be arriving sooner than you think, and it will blow your mind literally. And here's why. In our current age of music, all anyone needs to be a successful music artist is to find the right record label, get signed, and live by the rules. And if you aren't a part of any of the major record labels, the chances of getting your voice heard worldwide are pretty slim, almost impossible. But here's Kanye West, the one notorious rap star who is not just no longer affiliated with the big names, but has also been blacklisted from all their networks and has a very restricted reach and limited capacities. The guy is even banned from major music platforms like Apple Music. So, the mere fact that Kanye admits all the painful thorns and limitations in his path has managed to rise somehow and stand as a megastar in the industry against all odds is a big deal and might even signify the start of a new era. An era where you don't need anyone's approval to become successful, and an era where you can rise to the top without any record label. It will have multiple ripple effects that could change how things work in the entire music industry. So, whether you love or hate Kanye, it's a really good thing, especially for the future generation. Although, on the flip side, it could also be catastrophic if it ends poorly. This album will not only be Kanye's most important album, but might eventually become the most important album the music industry has ever seen. So, remember how the internet literally exploded when Ty Dolla Sign posted the full 18-song track list for his soon-to-be collaboration with Kanye? While some people were excited at Kanye's return, others were dreading it, and of course, a few others were on the fence with fingers crossed. It only goes to show that this album is very crucial. In times past, we've had many landmark releases that soared in the wings of influence, status, and the like of it. Well, this album is a little different. It's more like a turning point, a curious moment for the entire music industry. I'm sure Kanye has probably made several comeback attempts behind the scenes, but this one is bigger and bolder than anything we've ever seen. No matter how controversial Kanye is, you must agree with me that his influence is too wide for anyone or any label to erase. Over the years, Kanye has slowly been welcomed back into the cultural spotlight, and this year more than ever, it's like he has everything mapped out and planned from the start. Remember Rihanna's Super Bowl halftime performances? Most of them featured music that Kanye either produced or featured on from the all-time favorites Bitch Better Have My Money, All of the Lights, Run This Town, 4 5 Seconds, but that wasn't all. His comeback only crawled further and further until Heaven to Me. Taylor the Creator's estate sale track was released, and we noticed Kanye's name in the production credit. And that was a first. It was the first time people seamlessly received music with the Ye touch. It was literally the biggest rap album of 2023. Then there's the famous Utopia from Travis Scott. I mean, we can all agree that Ye literally gifted Travis Scott that song. From the writing down to the production, it has his musical DNA all over it. That's not all. Travis even stretched it further and had Ye over a special guest at his concert in Rome, where he gave him credit for influencing not only his latest album, but his entire music career in front of 120,000 eyeballs. That's without counting the millions of online streamers. The industry might not want to associate with Kanye anymore, but artists do. I guess that explains why, currently, as a blackballed artist banned from Apple Music, Kanye has more monthly Spotify listeners than he has ever had in his entire music career. Oh, and guess who was the 13th artist with the most Spotify listens in 2023? Right? It's Kanye. And now he has something fresh cooking. One can only wonder what to expect. Well, in the album, Kanye will be unveiling himself. Now, I know everyone expects that Kanye will use the entire album to talk about all the terrible events in his life in the past few years, but he wouldn't really be doing that. Smart move if you ask me. From the snippets I've heard and the track list I've seen, especially from the track New Body,
Don't be acting like you don't know nobody.
while he might not go deep into the personal stuff, he'll most likely share his deepest, honest, and polarizing thoughts on all 18 tracks from start to finish. We'll trust his attitude, charisma, and persona to help paint a vivid picture of where he's currently at in life. And then Ty, with his features and help with production, will help the music spread to the heart of clubs and the top of the charts. Listeners will find what Kanye does either detrimental or compelling. Now, I know that the controversial shirt Kanye was wearing, the one with the eagle from the German flag in the last snippet that was released, had everyone buzzing. But trust me, I think Kanye just wanted to taunt the media with the controversy. I also think that he wants to brand the album with something that depicts resilience and dominance, and I guess the eagle does it quite well. So, with Ye's bravado mixed with Ty's godly melodies and the legendary producers like Timbaland and Metro Boomin being part of it, this album will be a hell of a ride from start to finish. Everyone thinks that Ty Dolla Sign is the glue holding all of it together and that his clean slate will encourage potential. Yet, they still had several challenges, like finding a good spot to perform, finding a good distributor, and more. Ye and Ty have managed to fight for their vision, and it's finally coming together. The Travis Scott feature, plus the fact that Steve Lacy, Lil Baby Young Thug, and Freddie Gibbs are involved, only further heightens the anticipation for this Ye and Ty record. According to the newest teaser of the opening track that we have heard, Kanye's sample of this renowned Backstreet Boys is a backward look that ultimately symbolizes both his comeback and this thrilling new chapter in his career. But why is the industry scared? Well, most of the famous labels we know in the music industry have gone downhill over the years. The fact that Kanye and Ty Dolla Sign have managed to bring their album to a large audience and produce hits that rule the air even though they have been blacklisted by all of the major players, including Apple Music, the second largest streaming service in the entire universe, only further prove that we might not actually need labels. If this project pulls through, it would mean that any artist, no matter how big or small, disliked or loved, can find success regardless of what the powerful want to dictate. And it doesn't look so good to most labels. Before now, the independent music scene has been expanding, but the industry has always dismissed it as too tiny ever to impact their operations. However, with a celebrity like Kanye West, not only is he shattering stereotypes about the power of independent artists, but he is proving that you can still succeed even if you are banned from every avenue the industry says you must take. And that will create an unquestionably significant cultural moment that will, for better or worse, open people's eyes to the true potential of modern artists. This is why the industry is terrified right now. If Kanye managed to break other artists free from their label contracts, things would take a whole different turn. If he is successful in doing this, it will be incredibly liberating for many creatives all around the world, because it would mean that everyone can bring their own visions to the music industry and watch it thrive. It may even convince well-known musicians to leave the record label system altogether. That said, I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the show while everyone else in the industry goes crazy over Kanye West's comeback and all the consequences that will follow. Are you excited for this new album? How do you think it will affect Kanye's legacy and the music industry as a whole? Let us know in the comments.